My name is Evelyn Harper. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, and I am 25 years old. People often see my smile, they see the way I laugh, but they don't know that every night my tears fall silently on my pillow. I never thought I would tell this story out loud because it is not just a story. It is a wound, a secret, and a truth that still aches inside me. I was 19 when I first met Caleb Monroe, a boy whose presence could light up even the darkest corners of my world. He wasn't like the others. While most people were busy chasing popularity or showing off, Caleb carried a calmness in his eyes, a gentleness in his words, and a fire in his dreams that drew me to him like gravity. We met during my first year of college in a small campus library where I was struggling to find a book for my assignment, and he leaned over with that mischievous grin and handed it to me before I even asked. It was such a simple moment, but it felt like fate had written our names in the same line. From that day on, everything in my life started revolving around him. We studied together, laughed together, and slowly, without saying it out loud, I knew my heart had already chosen him. For me, Caleb wasn't just a boy. He was the sound of comfort when the world was too loud. He was the shoulder I leaned on when my anxiety felt too heavy. And he was the only one who saw me, truly saw me, when even I couldn't recognize myself. But love stories don't always grow in peace. They grow in storms too. Caleb came from a broken family. His father had left when he was just a child, and his mother worked 2 jobs to keep their home alive. He was strong on the outside, but inside, he carried wounds that no one could see. Sometimes, late at night, he would call me, whispering into the phone that he was scared of turning into his father, scared of becoming a man who leaves. And I would stay awake for hours, promising him that he was different, that he was better, that he was my forever. But forever. Forever is such a fragile word. Life was supposed to take us on the same path. We had plans of moving to New York after graduation, of building a little apartment together, of chasing our dreams side by side. But then, everything changed one winter evening when Caleb received a call that offered him an internship in Los Angeles, a chance so rare he couldn't refuse. He hesitated, afraid to leave me behind, but I told him to go, to chase his dream, because love is not about holding someone back, it is about letting them fly. I thought we were strong enough to survive the distance, but slowly the calls became shorter, the texts less frequent, and silence started filling the spaces where laughter once lived. Every night I lay in bed staring at my phone, waiting for his name to flash across the screen, and when it didn't, my tears soaked the pillow beneath me. I tried to stay strong, tried to remind myself that he loved me, but the more I reached for him, the more he slipped away. Months turned into a year, and when he finally returned to Boston, he wasn't the same Caleb anymore. His eyes carried a weight I couldn't recognize. His words felt like they were spoken from miles away, even when he was sitting beside me. And one night, as snow fell quietly outside, he looked at me and whispered the words that shattered my heart. "Evelyn, I don't think I can be what you need anymore." I remember staring at him in silence, my chest burning, my heart screaming, but no sound came out of my mouth. I watched him walk out of my apartment, his shadow disappearing into the night, and I collapsed onto my bed, my tears staining the pillow like ink stains paper, permanent, unerasable. That night, I realized that love doesn't always end with anger or betrayal. Sometimes it just fades, leaving you holding on to memories like broken glass that still cuts even when you're trying to let go. After Caleb left, life became an endless cycle of pretending. Pretending I was okay, pretending his absence didn't haunt me, pretending the pillow under my head wasn't soaked every night with the weight of my grief. People around me thought I had moved on. I laughed with friends, posted pictures on social media, even went out on dates. But no one knew that when the lights went out and the world turned quiet, my heart broke again and again, replaying his smile, his laugh, his voice whispering my name. Time moved forward, but my heart stood still, trapped in that night when he left me. Sometimes I would pass by the campus library, the same place where we first met, and I swear I could almost feel his presence beside me, like a ghost of the boy I once loved. I tried to hate him. I tried to erase him. But love doesn't work like that. It carves itself so deep inside you that even when it's gone, it still bleeds. A year later, I heard from mutual friends that Caleb had moved permanently to Los Angeles, chasing his dream job, living a life that no longer had space for me. At first, the news crushed me, but slowly, something inside me began to shift. I realized that waiting for someone who doesn't return is not love, it's self-destruction. Love should not break you, it should build you. And while Caleb's chapter in my life was beautiful, it was also finished, and I had to find the courage to start writing my own story again. One night, as I lay in bed, staring at the same pillow that had carried my tears for so long, I made a promise to myself that I would no longer let it hold only pain, that I would let it carry dreams too. I started focusing on my career, writing down my thoughts, turning my pain into words, my tears into strength. And little by little, the pillow that once soaked my heartbreak became the place where my new life began, where I dreamed of a future not tied to anyone else, but built by me. Do I still think of Caleb? Yes, sometimes. Do I still miss him? Of course. But now when tears fall on my pillow, they are not just of sadness. They are of healing, of growth, of becoming someone I never thought I could be. My story may not have the happy ending people expect, but it has something more powerful. It has survival. It has resilience. It has a girl who lost love, but found herself. And maybe that is the real story worth telling.